jail you're about to investigate opened up in 1891. It's a pretty old jail. It's what's called the old jail. And it was built by a company called Poly Jail. Now, this is the cool side note that gives this place some clout. Poly Jail building created a locking mechanism in the general population cell block. Let me show you where that is. General pop, the second floor with those long barred windows over. Y'all see that? Okay. The locking mechanism in general population right here. So the locking mechanism consists of a lever. And they designed this so that a guard can pull this lever down and all the jail cells lock at one time. Now, because of this state-of-the-art technology in the 1800s, they went on to construct the famous Alcatraz. So tonight, you're going to Alcatraz's origins. So meet Mama Alcatraz. Pretty cool, right? But the first place that you want to look that will probably blow your mind is documentaries about cursed film sets. You're going to read, you're going to listen, you're going to see documentaries on these actors and actresses that's everything, oh yeah, it's all fake, we're just here acting, it's just a big act. And they didn't realize that they're conjuring up some type of demonic presence, and now it's following everybody from the cast and crew. Well, I'll tell you what, and it's not like, like stuff that's just, going bump in the night. We're talking about up to and including, they're getting close to like almost dying in these situations. When it comes to this, guys, I want you guys to be hardcore detectives. You walk into a place, you're an investigator, you're not sold on anything. You're not sold on the hype. You don't believe that. I mean, somebody's gonna say their place is on, and you're like, okay, let's go ahead, come in with a clean pad, and then let the facts lead the way. So you have to be convinced, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this place has something going on. And that's not just you. You're gonna need more eyes on it too. Because everybody needs to see it, everyone needs to feel it, everyone needs to be there. And that's one of the things that we're up against is 99% of most of the activity that we encounter isn't even put on paper. You can't put it on because it's physical sensations. People are saying, yeah, man, something touched me, or I had these crazy nightmares, and I keep going back to this place, and this and that and the other thing. So, again, we're going into an area that science doesn't quite understand, and they fear it, and that's why there's not much known about the paranormal world at this moment. There's been so many claims that have started since this place has been opened up as a museum that it has landed and has this type of reputation. So now if you've watched the shows on TV, any ghost show, you name it, whether they're on Paramount Plus or the Travel Channel or they're YouTubers, they all know about the St. Johns County Jail. They know what's going on here, and there's a lot to be said about it. This is like, why would my relative want to communicate with me at this property? Well, first you have to understand that if you want to call them ghosts, they don't operate in the same space and time that we do. They can drop in and drop out anywhere. You just have to be the one that's their point of reference, and so if they want to pop up, they know you're there, and boom, there you go. So it's interesting. Now, a ghost is a person who passes away but refuses to leave their property, okay? Or because maybe they're attached. They could be attached to a person, maybe a thing, or maybe the place in general. But they all fall under that unfinished business umbrella. So you've heard that before in the shows, right? It's easy to say that they got unfinished business, but who knows? Maybe it's more than that. Maybe they're trapped. Maybe they don't even know they're gone. And it's interesting, very interesting. Spirit is different than a ghost. Let's just say Sheriff Perry is a spirit. How are we going to look at him on a photograph? Well, he's not going to be in human form. He's going to be formless. You're going to see energy in its most purest state. Now, I don't know if most of you know this, but every atom in your body was once a star. So you're like living, breathing stardust, right? That's kind of wacky, isn't it? Doesn't that blow your mind? And you're concentrated into a human body, having a human experience. But the moment of death, your soul, your energy is said to go to the next place if it's not attached. So when it comes back, you're going to see energy in its most pure state. So you're going to see, kind of like pixie dust, that kind of stuff, vapey, smoky energy, just having a good time, flowing wherever it wants to flow, not inhibiting a human body, and you're doing your things. That's a spirit. Now, dark spirits are a little different, guys. A dark spirit, if you take a picture of a dark spirit, you're not going to be able to look at that and you're not going to be like, whoa, that's a demon. you ain't gonna know, because the dark spirits disguise themselves. They're like the master chameleon. They could be whatever they want to be in order to get you closer to them. So that's one of the bad things that we're up against when it comes to dark spirits or dark energy. But if you happen to be lucky, and if you do come in contact with evil or dark spirit, the indicator is you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel something's off.
To question its, how real it is, how, powerful it is, how smart it is, how, genuine it is, and stuff like that. We're just completely being blatantly rude to it. In front of everyone. We have the whole people over here watching. I'm over here trying to give the explanation, and he decided to kind of just rush in there while I'm mid, giving the details of everything else. And once he was done, he felt accomplished because, he was a skeptic. As soon as he stepped out, this guy jumps from there all the way over here in front of me, almost crashing into me, and we're all looking at him like, what the heck? Like, why is he going crazy? And then he starts holding his neck, and then he checks his leg, and he says it scratched him. And then he went over here, he pulled his shirt down a little bit, and he had a 2-inch cut on the back of his neck that you can tell it was freshly done right then and there. And then he had another one on his leg that was starting to bleed. And he was not a paid actor. He was not someone who did this to entice anything. This guy was a complete skeptic, no reason to do this at all. He ended up getting cut. And I'll tell you that, he was very quiet afterwards. He kept to himself. He just let his kids do that, Yeah, he was like, and every time I asked him if he wanted to participate, he was like, he kept to himself. Of course, we gave him first aid and he got himself cleaned up. But yeah, so just don't be rude to this one. That's the main one, I will say. And well, there's the other one, but we'll get to that once we get to the master bedroom. So you're okay to lay down on these on the beds, like I said. If you want to take a nap, by all means go for it. I've taken naps up here before. It's quite peaceful. So I do have my personal equipment over here, but here is the jail's equipment, which is 2 REM pods right here, and then this. I saw a bit of your clothing get pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it go like.
Yeah.
This.
Oh my god, I felt that. I'm like, no way. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, because I saw it just as it happened before you reacted, because I just saw the bit of it. That's why I looked that way.
Okay, I do feel something in here. I don't like it.
You're getting this at the other house too. I wasn't convinced that it meant anything. If that's really you, can you go near that red light, please? And let us know you're here. If you get really close, it will make a noise and turn colors.
Oh boy.
Alright, well there's 2 things. Can I make the motion to sensor go off? So there's one on the bed. If you make the bed move, just take a tiny little bit of energy. And then there's one at the entry to the bedroom. You make either one of those go off.
Good. I'm gonna step out of this room. Here, hold this. Hold this. I don't know. I feel like another.
Steph, can you hit this twice for no, please?
Oh god.
First number here.
Yeah, that guy's sitting there.
There's somebody in here with us.
Well, I'm gonna get some of these things and use them in like areas where I know can possibly be haunted and not likely haunted, and see if they have to do the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like if bells and REM pods are going off in like a brand newly constructed location, then wouldn't that, I don't know, wouldn't add a lot of credibility to them going off in haunted locations.
Correct.
You're really sad, aren't you? I think I can feel your pain. Did you feel hopeless? Did you never see them again? I have a son who's 10 years old. How old is your son? Let's feel it now, I guess. Do you want us to keep talking to you? Can you go towards that red light in the middle of the room and make that light up? Make all the lights light up. Get really close to it.
I did.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Alright,
That's right. That's
see, I can't see you, so
Can you pull on someone's shirt, please?
which one's that? Okay.
No, it's this one.
My ears are dysfunctional. That's the temperature.
I'm gonna sit down.
How many of you were in here at the time?
Ask him about his family again.
Can you tell me your son's name again? Just to confirm it? Maybe it wasn't his son.
Winston.
Who's Winston? Who's Winston? Who's Winston? Is Winston your dad? Is Winston your father? Okay. If that's you, I can't really understand you. Can you try harder? I'm sorry, but. I could be getting EVPs on this recorder too,
Oh yeah.
for all I know. I'll listen to it later. I actually feel comfortable in here right now.
I'm very calm. I'm not afraid. And I'm not feeling sickly like I was up there. Even though this was the most terrible room, I feel like.
We don't know how many were, I mean, theoretically, if we are talking to a spirit, let's just say, we don't know how many are here, who's actually talking to, if we're talking to multiple people. No, the lights aren't going off though. Can you make the lights go off? Can you get really close to that red light? What do you mean when the REM pod goes off?
I mean, this is a very, very strong, and they're right in there now.
So they took the battery away, or what?
Yes. Hear that? They just answered your question.
Oh, wow.
What is that?